Have you ever wondered why, no matter how much effort you put into your spiritual growth, there are moments when everything feels heavy, stagnant, or even hopeless? It's as if an invisible force is working against you, pulling you away from the light and into the shadows. That force, my friend, is negative energy. And it is the #1 threat to the spiritual journey of the chosen ones, those of us who have been called to transcend the ordinary and walk a path of higher purpose. Negative energy is subtle but powerful. It doesn't announce its arrival with fireworks or dramatic signs. It seeps in quietly, like a slow poison, corroding our thoughts, emotions, and even our physical bodies. To the untrained eye, it may look like bad luck, a rough day, or simply a passing mood. But for the chosen ones, this energy is a calculated attack on our mission, our essence, and our potential to create profound change in the world. Let me ask you this: have you ever felt a sense of deep unease, even when everything around you seemed fine? Or have you experienced a sudden wave of doubt, fear, or anger that seemed to come out of nowhere? These are not random occurrences. They are signs that negative energy has found its way into your life. And the more aligned you are with your higher purpose, the more relentless it becomes. Why? Because the greater your light, the more it attracts the darkness. But where does this negative energy come from? And why does it target chosen ones so specifically? To understand this, we must first acknowledge a fundamental truth about the universe: energy is everything. Every thought, emotion, action, and intention carries a vibrational frequency. Positive energy uplifts, inspires, and creates harmony. Negative energy, on the other hand, disrupts, distorts, and destroys. When you are chosen, your very existence threatens the balance of those forces that thrive on chaos and destruction. Your light becomes a beacon that not only illuminates the path for others, but also exposes the shadows where negativity hides. And so, it fights back.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons.
Negative energy can infiltrate your life in countless ways. Sometimes it comes from external sources, people, places, or situations that carry low vibrations. Other times it arises from within, taking the form of self-doubt, unresolved trauma, or limiting beliefs. And then there are the unseen forces, energetic entities, or spiritual blockages that seek to derail your journey. These forces are particularly dangerous because they operate in the unseen realms, making them difficult to detect and even harder to confront. But here's the good news: you are not powerless against negative energy. In fact, as a chosen one, you have been gifted with the tools and the strength to overcome it. The key is awareness. You must learn to recognize the signs of negative energy before it takes root in your life. Pay attention to your emotions, your thoughts, and your physical sensations. Are you feeling drained, irritable, or anxious for no apparent reason? Do you find yourself stuck in patterns of procrastination, self-sabotage, or conflict? These are red flags that negative energy is at play. Once you've identified its presence, the next step is to take action. This is where many of us falter. We either ignore the signs, hoping they'll go away on their own, or we become paralyzed by fear and uncertainty. But the truth is, negative energy thrives on inaction. The longer you wait to confront it, the stronger it becomes. So what can you do? Start by cleansing your energy field. This can be as simple as spending time in nature, meditating, or practicing gratitude. Or it can involve more intentional practices, such as smudging with sage, taking a salt bath, or working with crystals. But cleansing is only the beginning. To truly protect yourself from negative energy, you must raise your vibration. This means aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the highest frequencies of love, joy, and gratitude. It means surrounding yourself with people, environments, and experiences that nourish your soul. And it means letting go of anything that no longer serves your highest good, whether it's a toxic relationship, a limiting belief, or a fear of stepping into your power. Now, let me ask you a deeper question. What are you holding on to that is keeping you in alignment with negative energy? Is it a past hurt you haven't forgiven? A fear of failure or rejection? Or perhaps it's the belief that you're not worthy of the blessings and responsibilities that come with being chosen. Whatever it is, know this: you cannot move forward on your spiritual journey until you release it. Negative energy feeds on the unresolved parts of your soul. The more you cling to them, the more you give it power. As chosen ones, we have a responsibility not just to ourselves, but to the world. Our light is not meant to be hidden or dimmed, it is meant to shine brightly, illuminating the path for others and driving out the darkness. But to do that, we must first master the art of protecting our energy. This is not an easy task, nor is it a one-time event. It is a lifelong practice, a daily commitment to staying vigilant, grounded, and aligned with our higher purpose. So I leave you with this thought: negative energy is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It reveals the parts of you that are still in need of healing, growth, and transformation. It challenges you to rise above your fears, doubts, and limitations. And in doing so, it strengthens your resolve and deepens your connection to your higher self. The question is, are you willing to face it? Are you ready to step into your power and claim the life you were destined to live? The choice is yours. Let's go deeper. If negative energy is the #1 threat to the chosen one's spiritual journey, then we must understand its tactics. It is not enough to cleanse, protect, and raise our vibration. These are important first steps, but negative energy is clever. It doesn't just attack, it infiltrates. It studies you. It knows your weaknesses better than you do, and it uses them to hold you back. To defeat it, we must first uncover the ways it embeds itself in our lives. Have you ever noticed how your greatest struggles often arise from the things you care about the most? It's not a coincidence. Negative energy targets the areas of your life where you are most vulnerable: your relationships, your dreams, your sense of self-worth. It knows that if it can disrupt these core aspects of your being, it can derail your entire journey. And because it operates subtly, it often disguises its attacks in ways that seem harmless, even logical. Let's start with self-doubt. This is perhaps the most insidious weapon in the arsenal of negative energy. For the chosen ones, self-doubt is especially dangerous because it strikes at the very foundation of your purpose. You were chosen for a reason. You have gifts, insights, and a destiny that sets you apart. But negative energy whispers, what if you're not enough? What if you fail? What if you're wrong? These questions may seem like harmless thoughts, but their impact is profound. They plant seeds of fear and hesitation, which grow into procrastination, indecision, and eventually, a complete disconnection from your purpose. Think about it. How many times have you held yourself back because of doubt? How many opportunities have you missed because you were afraid of making the wrong choice? Negative energy thrives on these moments because they keep you stagnant. And stagnation, for the chosen ones, is the greatest threat to spiritual progress. After all, Your journey is not just about reaching your destination, it's about moving forward, constantly growing, learning, and evolving. When you stand still, you give negative energy the power to take root. Then there's fear. Fear is the shadow that follows self-doubt, and it comes in many forms: fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of loss. But for the chosen ones, there is a deeper fear that often goes unspoken: the fear of your own power. Yes, you heard that right. Many of us fear not the darkness, but the light within us. We fear the responsibility that comes with being chosen. We fear the changes we'll have to make, the sacrifices we'll have to endure, and the expectations we'll have to meet. This fear is a breeding ground for negative energy because it keeps us small. It convinces us to settle for less, to stay in our comfort zones, to avoid the risk of stepping fully into our potential. Let me ask you something. What would your life look like if you were no longer afraid? If you could silence the voice of fear and act with complete confidence in your purpose, how far could you go? What impact could you make? The truth is, fear is not a reflection of your reality, it's a reflection of your perception. And negative energy manipulates that perception to keep you trapped. But once you see fear for what it truly is, an illusion, you can begin to break free. Another way negative energy exploits us is through our relationships. As chosen ones, we are deeply connected to the people around us. Our mission often involves uplifting others, guiding them, and holding space for their growth. But this connection can also make us vulnerable. Negative energy can use the people closest to us as conduits for its influence. You may find yourself surrounded by individuals who drain your energy, dismiss your purpose, or even actively oppose your growth. These people may not even realize they are being used as instruments of negativity. They are simply operating from their own unresolved pain and fear. But here's where it gets tricky. Because you care about these people, you may feel obligated to stay in their lives, to tolerate their behavior, or to carry their burdens. Negative energy exploits this sense of obligation to keep you entangled in relationships that hinder your progress. It convinces you that walking away is selfish, that setting boundaries is cruel, that putting yourself first is wrong. And so you stay. You give and give until there is nothing left for yourself. And in doing so, you dim your light. So how do you protect yourself without losing your compassion? The answer lies in discernment. You must learn to distinguish between those who genuinely seek your light and those who unconsciously drain it. This doesn't mean you should abandon the people you care about. It means you must establish boundaries that protect your energy while still allowing you to serve your purpose. Remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. By taking care of yourself, you ensure that your light remains strong, not just for you, but for everyone you are meant to help. Now, let's talk about the most hidden and dangerous tactic of negative energy: the internalization of pain. As chosen ones, we often feel things more deeply than others. Our heightened sensitivity is both a gift and a challenge. It allows us to connect with others on a profound level, to understand their struggles, and to offer guidance. But it also makes us susceptible to absorbing their pain. And when we do, that pain can manifest as our own. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by emotions that didn't seem to belong to you? Perhaps you've carried the weight of someone else's anger, sadness, or despair without even realizing it. This is not an accident. Negative energy uses your empathy to burden you with pain that isn't yours to carry. Over time, this accumulated pain can become a part of your identity, shaping your thoughts, actions, and beliefs. It can make you feel like you're broken, unworthy, or incapable of fulfilling your purpose. But here's the truth that pain is not who you are. It is a distortion, a shadow cast by the energy you've absorbed. And just as it found its way into your life, it can be released. The process of release is not easy. It requires deep introspection, forgiveness, and often the courage to face feelings you've buried for years. But it is necessary, because until you release that pain, it will continue to hold you back. So I ask you, what pain are you holding on to that isn't yours? What stories have you told yourself about who you are based on the wounds of others? And most importantly, are you ready to let it go? The moment you answer yes is the moment you begin to reclaim your power. Ultimately, negative energy is not an external force, it is a mirror. It reflects the parts of us that are still in need of healing, the fears we haven't faced, the lessons we haven't learned. It shows us where we are vulnerable, not to punish us, but to guide us toward growth. The question is, will you see it for what it is? Will you use it as a catalyst for transformation, or will you allow it to define you? Let's take this to its ultimate conclusion, the transformation of negative energy into spiritual strength, because that's what this journey is all about. Negative energy, as overwhelming and destructive as it may feel, is not the end of the story for chosen ones. In fact, it is often the beginning of our greatest breakthroughs. The very energy that seeks to destroy us can become the fuel for our growth, the foundation of our wisdom, and the source of our power. But how? How do we take something so heavy, so dark, and turn it into light? The answer lies in a process that is both deeply spiritual and profoundly practical. The first step is acceptance. This may sound counterintuitive. After all, why would we accept something that threatens our peace, our purpose, and our progress? But here's the thing, what we resist persists. When we fight against negative energy, whether through denial, avoidance, or suppression, we give it more power. We create a conflict within ourselves that drains our energy and clouds our judgment. Acceptance, on the other hand, disarms negativity. It allows us to see it clearly, without fear or resistance, and in doing so, we reclaim our power. So what does acceptance look like? It begins with acknowledging the presence of negative energy in your life. This means being honest with yourself about the struggles you're facing, the emotions you're feeling, and the patterns you're repeating. It means taking responsibility for your energy and your choices without blaming others or external circumstances. And it means recognizing that negative energy is not a failure, a punishment, or a sign that you're on the wrong path. It is simply a part of the journey, a necessary challenge that holds the potential for profound growth. Once you've accepted the presence of negative energy, the next step is to understand it. This requires deep self-reflection. Negative energy doesn't appear in our lives randomly. It is always connected to something within us. It may be a fear we haven't faced, a wound we haven't healed, or a belief we've outgrown. To transform it, we must uncover its root cause. This process can be uncomfortable, even painful, because it requires us to confront parts of ourselves that we may have ignored or denied. But it is also liberating. By understanding the source of negative energy, we strip it of its power and begin the process of healing. Let me ask you a question. What is the story you tell yourself about your struggles? Do you see them as obstacles to be overcome, or as opportunities to grow? Do you view negative energy as an enemy or as a teacher? How you answer these questions will determine your ability to transform it. Because here's the truth: negative energy is not here to destroy you, it is here to reveal you. It shows you where you are strong, where you are weak, and where you have the potential to rise higher than ever before. It is a mirror, reflecting not just your challenges, but your capacity to overcome them. Now, let's talk about the practical steps you can take to transform negative energy. The first and most important practice is grounding. As chosen ones, we often spend a lot of time in the spiritual realms meditating, visualizing, and connecting with higher frequencies. But when negative energy strikes, it pulls us down, creating a sense of confusion, imbalance, and disconnection. Grounding is the process of anchoring yourself in the present moment, in your body, and in the physical world. It creates a stable foundation from which you can face and transform negativity. There are many ways to ground yourself. You can practice mindfulness, focusing on your breath or the sensations in your body. You can spend time in nature, walking barefoot on the earth or sitting under a tree. You can engage in physical activities such as yoga, dancing, or even just stretching. The key is to find what works for you, what brings you back to the here and now, where your power resides. Another powerful practice is transmutation. This is the process of taking negative energy and transforming it into something positive. It is an alchemical process, turning the lead of negativity into the gold of spiritual strength. One way to do this is through creative expression. Write, paint, sing, or dance your way through the energy. Let it flow through you, not as something destructive, but as something transformative. Another way is through service. Channel the energy into acts of kindness, generosity, and love. When you use negative energy as fuel for positive action, you not only neutralize its effect, you elevate it. But perhaps the most profound way to transform negative energy is through gratitude. Gratitude is the ultimate antidote to negativity. It shifts your focus from what is wrong to what is right, from what you lack to what you have, from fear to love. When you practice gratitude, you raise your vibration and align yourself with the highest frequencies of the universe. This doesn't mean ignoring or suppressing your struggles, it means finding the blessings within them. Ask yourself, what is this negative energy teaching me? How is it helping me grow? What strength, wisdom, or insight is it bringing into my life? When you can answer these questions with gratitude, you have truly mastered the art of transformation. Now, let's address the deeper question: why does negative energy target chosen ones so relentlessly? The answer lies in your purpose. As a chosen one, you are here to bring light into the world. You are here to heal, to guide, to inspire, and to create change. But change is not easy. It disrupts the status quo, challenges the norm, and threatens the forces that thrive on darkness and chaos. Negative energy targets you because it fears your potential. It knows that if you succeed, you will not only transform your own life, you will transform the lives of countless others. And so, it tries to stop you before you can begin. But here's the secret: the very fact that negative energy is targeting you is proof of your power. It doesn't waste its efforts on those who pose no threat. It comes after you because you are a force to be reckoned with. And every time you overcome its influence, you grow stronger. Every challenge you face, every struggle you endure, every battle you win, it all adds to your strength, your wisdom, and your light. So I ask you, are you willing to embrace this journey? Are you ready to face the darkness, not with fear, but with courage and faith? Because the truth is, you were chosen for a reason. You have within you everything you need to overcome negative energy and fulfill your purpose. You are not alone. You are not powerless. And you are not defined by the challenges you face. You are defined by how you rise above them. In the end, negative energy is not the enemy, it is the catalyst. It pushes you to grow, to heal, and to step into your highest self. It forces you to confront your fears, to strengthen your boundaries, and to deepen your connection to your purpose. And when you transform it, you become unstoppable. Your light shines brighter. Your impact reaches further. And your journey becomes a testament to the infinite power of the human spirit. So the next time you encounter negative energy, don't run from it. Face it, accept it, understand it, and then transform it. Because that is your gift as a chosen one. That is your purpose. And that is how you change the world. Now, ask yourself one final question: what will I do with the light I have been given? Because the answer to that question is the key to everything.